once again, you are welcome to our YouTube channel, Queen Rami Talks. Once again, guys, we are back and we are here to stay. Like I said, okay, firstly, actually, let me thank our new subscribers who are all the way from TikTok. Guys, it's happening here. Thank you so much. And please, don't forget to hit on that notification bell. And to our returning subscribers, thank you so much for staying. And please don't forget to comment and like all our videos. As you can see, I'm not alone today. And I'm not with my husband. So yeah, it's a very new setup. Like I said, guys, please do subscribe. This channel is gonna go. We are almost on 1K subscribers. So please, we just need, I think, 10 people for us to get to 1K. Okay, without any waste of time, I've got my pastor here. Guys, God is great. And this is our pastor, where we are fellowshipping at New Beginning Baptist Church. You are welcome, Muruti.
Amen.
Yes, I'm Queen Rami, and this is Dr. Hebron Mazibuko. Okay, guys, my pastor is an author, so he wrote this book. It's a very wonderful book, life-changing. It was life-changing for me and my husband, so I believe it will work for everyone. So guys, you can get this book. You will contact us. We'll put all the details in the bio. All right, so without any waste of time, we will be talking about this book. That's why we have him on our channel. So it's basically about marriage. And as you guys know, me and my husband, we love love. We celebrate love. Okay, so Understanding Marriage. Wow, this is a beautiful title. Muruti, so it's volume 1.
Yes.
So are we expecting more?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so let me give you a brief of who my pastor is, and he will tell us more about himself. So Muruti has been married for 29 years now. That's beautiful. To Umam Doris, right? Okay, and he's an author, and he's also a pastor, like I already said. So, as we were studying the book, thinking of this title that you mentioned here, Understanding Marriage. Can we ever understand marriage? Can we ever understand love? Can we ever understand our partners?
Yes.
So, please greet the people first, Muruti, and then you take it from there.
Yeah, greeting to all the viewers, and thank you for having me. I'm glad that I'm invited to this show, and I think that it's going to be beneficial to you.
Yes, yeah. It is. It is, Muruti. So yes, understanding marriage. Can we ever understand marriage? Can we ever understand love? And can we ever understand our partners?
Yes, we can.
Okay, please elaborate.
If there's always a teacher in front of you giving you the necessary skills to understand any subject, it's possible to understand it. So marriage, it's understandable. Even love, it's understandable. If there's somebody that is teaching you, showing you how to love and how to understand love and how to practice love, because love is action.
Oh, that is beautiful. Love is action. That's very important. So we are going to go straight into the book. On part 1, Muruti, you mentioned that what is marriage and what is not marriage. Can you tell us more? Because there's somebody out there who's like, I want to get married. But what is it that marriage is?
Yeah, there are many definitions and explanation of what really marriage is. Many other people who teach in love, in marriage, will describe marriage differently.
Yes.
But I've used there a scientific word that I've used, a gem. A gem, it's a stone that have been fused together by heat and pressure to make it strong. It takes about 1,000 years to make a gem.
Yes.
So we say marriage is a gem, meaning that a gem is unbreakable. If you want to break a gem, you need a special tool to use, even to cut it or to break it. It's very hard because it's been there for decades. So now marriage, sometimes use the word broken marriage. You can't break marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage is unbreakable. You can't break it. It's a gem.
Wow.
It's something that stands forever. Wow. Just people decide in marriage just to dissolve their marriage by divorcing. It's a decision that people take. a divorce can be avoided if a help comes at the right time. So marriage is two imperfect people coming to a one perfect institution, which is marriage.
Yeah.
So two imperfect people. So people need to understand that they are imperfect. But now, for them to become together, they will need some pressure, they will need some heat to be heated up for a long time. In a long time, it's a long-term process in order to make an unbreakable marriage.
Wow, that's so profound. Okay, so having said that, what is the purpose of marriage?
The purpose of marriage is companion. God wanted people to be together, to live together. You get married in order to get a companion. You get somebody to live with, somebody to complement you, somebody to help you. But now we don't get married in order maybe for breeding children. But now we get married because you need somebody to live with. That's why it's a blessing to have children. It's also a blessing not to have children, because marriage was not meant for procreation only, but it was made for two people to be together. That's why you can have 10 children, but at an end you'll be left behind. You'll be left being two, because the 10 will go and leave you behind. So you are there forever, but children are not there forever with you. So children is just a product that God blesses us with, but it is not meant that you get married in order to have children. But it's a blessing to have them, and also a blessing not to have them.
Wow. Muridi is already going ahead of the book, but right. I love it. I love what you're touching on. So with the high rate of divorce that is happening now, would you say marriage is still relevant in this day and age? Because as a young person, there are so many people who are saying, I'd rather not get married. So is it still relevant?
It is still relevant. It's still a good idea because it was instituted by God. You know what happens with marriage? I think the problem with marriage is that the government won't allow anybody to drive a car without a license. So they will want a person first to do a learners, after learners, then to be test drive, and then after driving you have to pass the driving, and then you get a license. But with marriage, you are given a certificate before you begin the lessons. So I think that is the problem, because other people fail to undergo the lessons. So people don't get the skill necessary to strengthen their marriages. So that is the problem that we have. I think in our churches need to have what we call a counseling policy, whereby we teach our young people how to get married. First of all, how to get married, how to choose your love partner, and after that, before they can pay lobola or they can put an engagement ring, they need to undergo a premarital counseling, where they will be taught about things that will take place in their marriage. We teach them, we talk about things before they happen. As they say that prevention is better than cure. Correct. So we don't have to wait for people to be involved in an argument, fight, and start and begin to counsel them. They need to be counseled before they fight, to prevent the fight. We need to talk about the things that make people to fight. We need to teach them how to talk in a relationship, which is communication. We need to teach them how to solve a problem. We need to teach them how to manage their conflicts. We need to teach them how to confront each other. So this involves the conversation between the two people. The conversation that when it fails, it becomes an argument. When it's an argument, when the argument fails, it becomes a fight. So people need to be taught about marriage.
I totally agree with you, Moriti. But you may find that other couples don't believe in premarital counseling. Do you think it's already a doom for their marriage, or it's just something that they need to consider?
Yeah, the problem is it's that they don't understand and see the necessity of doing that. But should they become responsible and serious about wanting to know about marriage, it's then that they'll see the necessity to undergo a premarital counseling. Because there are counselors out there, there are psychologists outside there, the social workers that are outside there to help about marriage, and in the church as well. But we need to know that not all pastors are counselors. There are those who are counselors and those who are not counselors. So sometimes people can be taken to somebody who is not a counselor, but somebody who can just tell you that you don't have to fight, you need to live together, you need to pray together, of which that is not counseling. Counseling, it's about helping these two people to talk to each other. Because there are issues that people won't talk about. They will just talk about love, how I feel about you, and how about that. You know, feelings are not guaranteed.
They change.
So they need somebody who will sit in front of them and conduct an interview, make the spouse, the female, to talk. Who are you? And tell your boyfriend, who are you? And then the boyfriend, who are you? And then the boyfriend must say, who is he? And then, what is it that you like and what is it that you dislike? What is it that you expect on this marriage? What role will you be playing on this marriage? Let's talk about money. Tell us about how your father and mother conducted finances. Because, you know, other people, they carry the wrongs and to their marriage and try to correct their father and mother's marriage in a new marriage. So they need to be taught, they will need, you know, to say, well, the way your mother and father saw money, it's not a good way of seeing money.
Correct.
Because sometimes others, they see money as power. Others, they see money as something to spend. Others, they see money as something to invest. So they need to come to an understanding that they are going to invest their money. They need to come to an understanding that this is how we're going to use our money. Because you cannot have you cannot have your own money in one marriage.
Yeah.
Because when you get married, you get married on incomment of property, which means that your money is my money, my money is your money. So you can't own your own money, you can't have your own car. Nobody will own his or hers here. Everything belongs to the two. That's why everything, they need to be taught how to bring everything together as one.
Wow. Whew, that's so profound. I'm learning a lot from you, Muruti, and I hope our young people are also learning. Touching on the premarital counseling, as we are closing that one, because it's not part of our conversation, but I'm glad you touched on it. So a lot of young people are discouraged by it because apparently our counselors are supposed to ask our potential partners for pay slips. Is that relevant?
Yeah, you know, when two people, I remember I used to talk to Sam, my son. I took him for a cup of tea somewhere in a restaurant because he wanted to get married. And then I said to him, do you understand what it is to get married? And then I said to him, to get married, it means that you are now tired of controlling your finances, your life, your everything. You want somebody to be involved on your things.
Wow.
Because once you get married, you are not going to own nothing.
Nothing. True.
Everything belongs to you too. So that's why a pay slip, it's very much important that the spouse, let's say the female, must know how much her husband earns. If the wife is working as well, the husband should know how much he earns. Then now, let's say it's 2,000 and 3,000. Then the Mula family has got how much? 5,000 rand.
Wow.
And then when you do your budget, you sit down, you look at 5,000, not 2,000 and 3,000. No, the 3,000 and 2,000 comes together, becomes a Mula budget. And then you budget from there. That is financial management in relationship.
That's beautiful. Okay, Muruti, you said marriage is relevant, right? So we are living in a day and age where everybody wants a fast life. You know, that's our generation right now. We cannot run away from that. So how does that contribute to the issue of marriage being a journey? If I want a fast life, meaning I want a ready-made partner. So if they are not ready-made, are they for me?
You see, marriage was constituted by God and it's controlled by God. So once you are faster than the God's speed, you're going to fall. And if you feel that you are living faster than marriage, then marriage is not yours. So not everybody is born to be married.
Yes,
there are people who are not given to be married, or I used to say they are not good candidates for marriage. So if you find that you are fast, you don't have time to talk to your husband, you don't have time to share yourself with somebody, then forget about marriage and live alone, live a single life until you die. But should you want to get married, then there are precepts and principles which are there, set by God, that if you want to get married, this is the way you should live. So if you say you can't, then like people who prefer cohabitation, you find that people, like most professionals today, they like to cohabit because they said, you've got your money, you've got your house, you've got everything. I've got everything. So stay in your house, I stay in my house. Then if you need me, you come to me. If I need you, I go. And that one really, it's an insult to the one who created marriage. So marriage is relevant, but you have to go according to the speed of God. You cannot be faster than marriage. You need to be exact the speed of God.
Wow. The speed of God. Young people, the speed of God. Okay, so in the book you mentioned that marriage is a God concept.
Yes.
Right? Which I believe that's what you've been saying ever since we started the interview. But then if it's such a God concept, why are we being told to make up our own choice when it comes to choosing a life partner? And this we are answering on the basis of a person being a believer and a non-believer.
Yeah, I think in the Bible we've got two marriages. One marriage is I call 100% God, meaning that God chose a wife 100%. The marriage that took place between Isaac and his wife. Isaac never went out to look for a girl to get married to, but his father's servant went to look for him, and the father's servant depended on God to show him a suitable girl for his master. So that was 100% God. Yes. So in other words, Isaac didn't choose his wife. God chose him a wife and gave it to him.
Wow.
And then now, when it comes to his children or descendants, now we find Jacob. Jacob was his grandson. And then Jacob was called later Israel. Then when Jacob got married, he had to make a choice. He wanted Rachel, they gave him Leah. And then he said, this is not the woman I've been looking for. They said, if you want that one, you've got to work another 7 years again. Yeah. So then he chose. And the Bible states clearly that he did not like Leah. He did not love Leah because he did not choose her. So there's no God there. It's him 90%, and then I think that other 10% of God answers his prayers. Then I used to say, when you choose a life partner, the 10%, you choose first, you look, and then you say, wow, she's okay, or he's okay. But then now you look for a confirmation from God now, to say, Lord, this is the guy, this is the lady. Is he the right one for me? Is she the right one for me? If God endorses it, then you know that God have taken place in helping you to get your life partner. But that one, it's 90% yourself, and then it's 10% God. God just come in for confirmation, that's all. But now the other 90% it's you, because you know, especially now, you cannot marry to somebody that you don't know. Yeah. That's why when we say when you have to say I love a person, it's when you are saying I do understand you now. When you say you love a person, that's why the white people, they like first and later they love. Yeah. So why they begin with like first? They like you with just an ordinary love. Then later, after the person have gone a long journey with you, and then on the way, she says or he says, wow, I think now I understand this person. She or he is a person that I can live with all my life. Then you say, now I love you. That's changed now. So love, you cannot love something you don't know. You cannot love something that you don't understand. In actual fact, if somebody said, this is my husband, this is my wife, I love her, they must not come to me tomorrow and say, he's giving me a problem. Because when you said, I love you, you were saying, I understand your weakness, and I also understand your strength. So now, if you see the weakness coming out, why you say now it's giving you a problem? Yeah. Because now, you said you understand the weakness of the person. So you have to take her weakness and enjoy it, because this is the person that you love, and this is the weakness of the person, and this is the strength of the person. You love the person because of the strength, not because of the rumble. when you dig gold, you don't determine the volume of the gold by the rumbles that you take out. Sometimes you will find something like this and you are happy. You don't care about the rumble. The rumble can be like a mountain, but you don't care about it. So weakness, you can find 90% of the person's weakness and 10% of his strength, which is the gold. You don't care about the 90% rumble. You care about the 10% gold. And then that's why you get married to that person. You know, then people will ask you, how do you stay with him? You say, no. I know he's bad then, but yeah. He was.
Good. Wow, I love that. So, but then what do you say to Christians who meet each other and then after a month they're like, you know what, I'm settling down? Because you just mentioned that you can never fully know a person. So what is that?
Yeah.
Does time really matter when it comes to choosing a life partner? Or
yeah, I think these things start whereby a young person have to be taught when is the right time to get married and what to do when you feel it's the right time. Because when you feel that it is the right time for you to get married, there's where you have to start and where you don't have to start.
Okay.
Once you feel that it is time for you to get married, it is not time for you to hunt somebody to get married to. It is time to understand what type of person you are looking for, and it is time to ask God to help you. Before you even see, you ask God to say, Lord, please open my spiritual eye to see this person spiritually, to see this person physically, and love the person spiritual and also physically. And then after that, you'll do what most people don't understand today, the language they use. They use going out, they use dating, they use courtship, and they don't understand this. All the black people, learned, professional, whoever, they don't understand these 2-3 words. I don't know why. Because when they go out, they don't come back. And according to the going out, you go out with the person, you come back, you bring the lady back home, you have another date again. Having a date does not mean that you sleep with the person.
Yeah.
Having a date, it's an appointment that you have for 4 years with the same person. Meaning that you take the person for tea, for cold drink, for picnic, for whatever, where you take the person. But you still don't sleep together. She is not your wife and he is not your husband. Because only a wife and a husband is allowed to sleep together.
Yes.
Not just a girl and a boy to sleep together. It's forbidden. So now, a person is divided into 4. One, it's what people say the person is. 2, it's what I say the person is. It's what the person says she or he is. And then number 4, it's what the person is.
Wow.
So in order for you to understand the person, you need to make sure that you undergo, or you need to check what people say about this person. And you need to find out, are they right about this person? You need to check what the person says she is or he is, whether it's right. You need to check that. And then you need to check what the person herself or himself says he is. And then after that you say, no, she's not all what they say or what I thought she was or he was. But now I find out that this person is like this one. And then it's the time then that you can say to the person, I love you.
Yeah.
When you are here, number 4. But now, people are moved by appearance. And you know, you cannot look at a person and think that is a good person to live with. A person can have a good look, but wow, you cannot sleep.
Inside.
You know, others, they used to say, they use the word ispam, a gun.
Okay.
But I don't know ispam. And then I used to say, if you get married to somebody, to a gun, she's going to shoot you the whole night. You're not going to sleep because she's going to shoot you. And then others will tell you that, it's fire. It's fire. She's going to burn you the whole night.
Yeah.
So you know, you don't have to look and say she's what and what, and then you take it from there. The look doesn't matter. What is important is for you to go to that person and find the person inside that body that you see. Because the body might not carry the type of a person you are looking for. So you need to be careful on that one. Yes.
I love that. Guys, appearance, it does matter, but it's not everything. Even God, He looks at the inside more than the outside.
Yes.
I love that, Muruti. Guys, I hope you are learning so much as I am. So with this book, we are launching it on the 6th of November, 2021. So with all this wisdom that we've been listening to, guys, you better attend. It's not only a launch of the book, we are also having a couples and singles seminar. It's all happening here in Guatemala. The details, like I said again, I will mention them in the bio. Okay, Muruti. So there's this part that you mentioned that we all know as Christians, sex before marriage is a sin. But then in the book, you mentioned that marriage is not all about sex and procreation. So why must I wait until I'm married to have sex, whereas it's not all about that? What is it that marriage has that it's not all about sex and procreation? Because a lot of people, rather young ladies, they're saying, you know what, I will have children in marriage. And that's their purpose. So are they wrong or are they right?
As I've said in the beginning, that procreation is not the only means of marriage, and also sex also is not the main game. But now the thing is that we need to understand is that the bed that you see at the furniture shop, you cannot sleep on top of it the whole night unless you buy it. They deliver it to your house, and then you can sleep on it.
Correct. Yes.
So you can go there and enjoy looking at it,